all-time history channel, presents Julius Caesar, Ascendancy and Downfall of Rome's famed leader. From humble beginnings to the pinnacle of power, Julius Caesar's life was a whirlwind of ambition, conquest, and betrayal. Today, we delve into the extraordinary life of this Roman general, statesman, and dictator, exploring his meteoric rise to power and the dramatic events that led to his untimely demise. Join us as we unravel the complexities of Julius Caesar, a man who shaped the course of Roman history and left an indelible mark on the world. On the Ides of March, the air in Rome was thick with tension. Julius Caesar, a figure of immense power and ambition, fell victim to a brutal assassination. His dramatic death marked a pivotal moment in history, setting the stage for a tale riddled with betrayal and the quest for control. Julius Caesar's story begins with his noble birth on July 12, 100 BC, descended from the goddess Venus through the lineage of the Julii. From an early age, his ambition was evident, fueled by a deep desire to surpass the achievements of his predecessors and carve a name that would echo through history. One of the defining moments of Caesar's early life was his capture by pirates. Held for ransom, he charmed and threatened his captors, promising that he would return to crucify them all. True to his word, upon his release, he pursued and captured the pirates, fulfilling his vow with relentless precision. Caesar's ascent through the Roman political landscape was meteoric. His election as Pontifex Maximus, the chief priest of Rome, marked a significant step. This position not only granted him religious authority, but also placed him at the heart of Roman social and political life, paving his path to power. The formation of the First Triumvirate was a masterstroke in political strategy. Aligning with Pompey and Crassus, two of Rome's most influential figures, Caesar secured a formidable alliance that would propel him to greater heights. This alliance, however, was as fragile as it was powerful, setting the stage for future conflicts. Julius Caesar's governance of Gaul was a defining period in his career, marked by brilliant military strategy and relentless conquests. His campaigns extended Rome's territories far beyond the familiar boundaries, subduing rebellious tribes and expanding Roman influence across the vast region, which solidified his reputation as a formidable leader. The moment Caesar chose to cross the Rubicon River was monumental, signifying the irreversible start of civil war. This bold move was a declaration of war against the Roman Senate, and particularly against Pompey, his former ally, challenging the very foundations of Roman law, which dictated that no general should enter Italy armed. As Caesar's forces clashed with those loyal to Pompey, Rome was thrust into chaos. The city, unprepared for the internal strife, was polarized, with many aristocrats fearing the loss of their power and influence. This internal conflict underscored the fragility of Roman political structures and the intense personal rivalries that shaped its history. The defeat of Pompey was a tragic turn in Roman politics. After losing the Battle of Pharsalus, Pompey fled to Egypt, hoping for sanctuary. Instead, he met a grim fate, assassinated as he stepped ashore. His death marked a poignant end to one of Rome's most notable military and political careers. Caesar's affair with Cleopatra was not just a personal romance, but a strategic alliance that had significant political ramifications. Their union solidified Caesar's influence in Egypt, a key grain supplier, while providing Cleopatra the military backing she needed to stabilize her own reign. This relationship, however, also stirred discontent among the Roman elite, who feared Caesar's growing power and foreign influences. Julius Caesar introduced a series of reforms that reshaped Roman society, one of the most enduring being the Julian calendar. This new system, designed to end the confusion of the previous lunar calendar, standardized the year at 365 days and introduced the leap year, realigning Rome with the solar year. During his dictatorship, Caesar's policies focused on relieving debt and redistributing land to the poor, which won him great favor among the populace but increased friction within the Senate. His initiatives improved the lives of many Romans, cementing his image as a populist leader despite the elite's growing apprehension. The establishment of the Second Triumvirate marked a pivotal chapter in Roman politics. Caesar, along with Mark Antony and Lepidus, aimed to consolidate power and stabilize the Republic post-Civil War. Their alliance, however, was marred by mutual distrust and personal ambitions, setting the stage for future conflicts. As Caesar's influence expanded, so did his titles and honors, culminating in his appointment as dictator perpetuo, or dictator for life. This unprecedented concentration of power alarmed many senators who feared the end of the Republic and the rise of monarchical rule under Caesar's guise. Amidst this political tension, jealousy and conspiracy began to fester among those closest to Caesar. Figures like Brutus and Cassius, once allies, viewed his ascent as a threat to the Republic's ideals. Their growing discontent laid the groundwork for one of history's most notorious political betrayals. Julius Caesar, now declared dictator perpetuo, reached the zenith of his power, a move that deeply unsettled the Roman Senate. His indefinite appointment suggested a shift towards monarchy, stirring fear amongst the senators who cherished the Republic's ideals. This title marked a significant departure from the traditional Roman political system. As tensions escalated, a conspiracy was formed within the hallowed halls of the Senate, spearheaded by Brutus and Cassius. These senators, once Caesar's allies, now plotted his demise, driven by a mix of personal betrayal and political desperation. They believed that by removing Caesar, they could restore the Republic. On the morning of the Ides of March, the atmosphere was thick with tension. Caesar, despite warnings and omens, attended the Senate meeting at Pompey's theatre. His arrival was met with fake cordiality, masking the deadly intentions that awaited him within the chamber's walls. The session barely commenced when Caesar was surrounded and stabbed 23 times by his fellow senators. This brutal assassination was both a literal and symbolic act of reclaiming the Republic. The Senate chamber, a place of debate and decision, turned into a gruesome sight of regicide. In the immediate aftermath, chaos ensued. Rome was left in shock, and the political landscape was suddenly rudderless. Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal supporter and friend, reacted with a mix of outrage and strategic restraint, understanding the precarious position he now found himself in. This vacuum of power set the stage for further conflict and transformation within Rome. The public reacted with shock and disbelief to Julius Caesar's assassination. The streets of Rome, once bustling with the energy of Caesar's reforms, now echoed with a stunned silence. The political landscape was suddenly devoid of its central figure, leaving a gaping void in the heart of the Republic. Mark Antony's response to Caesar's death was swift and politically savvy. He delivered a powerful eulogy that turned the tide of public opinion. His famous "Friends, Romans, Countrymen" speech not only mourned Caesar, but subtly condemned the conspirators, sowing seeds of loyalty among the masses for Caesar's cause. The assassination unleashed a new wave of conflict known as the Liberators' Civil War. Brutus and Cassius, leaders of the conspiracy against Caesar, found themselves battling not just Antony, but also a new contender, Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir. This conflict would determine the next chapter of Roman governance. As the Civil War unfolded, Octavian's star rose. He skillfully navigated the Roman political arena, gradually outmaneuvering both Antony and his other rivals. The decline of Antony, marked by his tumultuous alliance and romance with Cleopatra, set the stage for Octavian's ultimate ascension. Caesar's legacy continued to loom large over Rome, influencing its culture and politics long after his death. The reforms and structures he instituted laid the groundwork for the transformation of the Republic into an empire, an era definitively ushered in by his successor, Augustus. Caesar's imprint on Rome was indelible, shaping its future for centuries to come. Julius Caesar's policies and leadership style have left an indelible mark on modern governance and military tactics. His centralization of power and reform of the Roman calendar are reflections of his innovative approach to leadership. These actions paved the way for more structured and efficient administrative systems in later empires. Caesar's life and his portrayal in literature and media over the centuries illustrate the enduring fascination with his character. From Shakespeare's dramatic interpretation to contemporary films, Caesar is depicted as both a charismatic leader and a ruthless dictator, highlighting the complex nature of his legacy. Archaeological finds have provided deeper insights into the era of Julius Caesar, revealing details about his reign and the daily lives of Romans during his rule. These artifacts help historians piece together a more accurate picture of how his policies impacted the Roman Empire and its citizens. Speculating on what might have happened if Caesar had not been assassinated opens a myriad of historical possibilities. Without his death, the Roman Republic might have stabilized under his rule, potentially delaying the rise of the Roman Empire under Augustus and altering the course of Western history. Comparing Julius Caesar with other historical figures like Alexander the Great and Napoleon offers insights into different styles of leadership and conquest. While all were military geniuses, their distinct approaches to power and governance have left unique footprints in history, influencing generations and shaping world affairs. Julius Caesar's dictatorship, while marked by significant reform and centralization of power, raises complex ethical questions. His transition from a republic's champion to a singular ruler blurred the lines between despotism and monarchy, challenging the Roman Republic's ideals of shared governance and leading to debates about the balance of power. Caesar's adept use of rhetoric and public speaking was pivotal in his rise to power. He skillfully crafted his image and communicated his policies, winning the public's favor and manipulating political sentiments. This mastery of language and public perception played a crucial role in both his successes and eventual downfall. The enduring impact of Caesar's governance is evident in the administrative structures of later Roman emperors who adopted and adapted his reforms. His centralization of power and reorganization of the state are seen as laying the groundwork for the imperial system that followed, shaping the trajectory of Roman history. Debating whether Caesar was a hero or a tyrant is a subject of ongoing historical discourse. His actions, which included the ruthless suppression of opposition and the accumulation of power, contrast with his significant contributions to Rome's infrastructure and society. This duality makes him a figure of both admiration and controversy. Caesar's military strategies are still revered in modern military academies around the world. His tactics in Gaul and during the Civil War are studied for their innovation and effectiveness in achieving rapid and decisive victories. These strategies continue to influence military thought and are a testament to his legacy as a military commander. Betrayal was a recurring theme in Julius Caesar's life, culminating in his shocking assassination by those he considered allies. This breach of trust not only led to his demise, but also left an indelible mark on history, highlighting the fragility of power and the dangers of political alliances. Caesar's death was steeped in superstitions and prophecies, which he famously defied by attending the Senate on the Ides of March. These elements of prophecy played a significant role in shaping the events that led to his assassination, reflecting the deep-seated beliefs and fears of Roman society at the time. Julius Caesar's influence on Roman law was profound, as he initiated reforms that would shape legal practices for generations. His actions questioned the balance between autocracy and democracy, challenging the societal norms of his era and setting precedents that would influence the governance of the burgeoning empire. In modern politics, Caesar's life serves as a potent reminder of the complexities of power. His rise and fall echo through today's political arenas, where ambition, reform, and betrayal remain as relevant as ever. His legacy invites reflection on the use of power and the role of leadership. And that concludes our journey into the life of Julius Caesar, a man who left an indelible mark on Roman history and the world. His story is a testament to the power of ambition, the dangers of unchecked power, and the enduring fascination with historical figures who shaped our world. To continue exploring the fascinating life and impact of other important characters of history, remember to subscribe to All Times History. Like, share, and engage in the comments with your thoughts or questions about this pivotal figure in history. Your interaction helps us bring more insightful content directly to you. Thank you very much for being here.